Hey everybody, this is Halstead and Andrew McMillan with REH CPAs. Today we want to talk about NIL taxation. For you who don't really follow college sports, and I think now it's even high school sports, student athletes weren't able to receive compensation for use of their image or their likeness. It would ruin their eligibility to still be a student athlete. But here lately that's changed, and those student athletes are now able to get paid for their name, image, and likeness. So what we want to understand is, what does the taxation look like on that income for that student athlete? I've got Andrew McMillan here with me. Andrew, what can you tell us about the taxation of NIL income?
Yeah, so if you're a student athlete and you're looking like you're going to get paid for for the usage of your name, a lot of times you see this, you'll see this at these bigger college schools and stuff, then you're going to, the first thing to understand is that it's all going to be considered taxable income to you. So whether it's cash or non-cash benefits that you're receiving, it's going to be considered taxable income to you as the student athlete. So the way a lot of this is all kind of very brand new, but the way a lot of it's being structured is you have these NIL collectives. So the collective is basically a separate group from the college, but it's a group of boosters, individuals that are working together to pay the student athletes. So most of the time it looks like they're not actually working directly with the school, but you're working with an NIL collective that's working on behalf of the school. So that collective is going to negotiate with you what they're going to pay you, how you're going to be paid, and a lot of times you're probably going to be set up as an independent contractor. So what that means is that collective is going to want you to complete a W-9 form, which is going to get all of the information they need from you to be able to pay you. And it's important to understand that whatever you get paid by filling out that W-9 form, you're going to get a 1099, and the IRS is going to get a copy of that 1099. So they're going to know how much you were paid by participating as a student athlete and earning some income here. So you're going to want to file a tax return. And a lot of people think, well, I only made $6,000 or $5,000, or I'm below the standard deduction. There's some of those conversations out there. I shouldn't have to file a tax return, but that's actually going to be incorrect, because if you're an independent contractor, then you're considered self-employed. So if you earn more than $400 as a self-employed individual, you're going to be required to file a tax return, because you're going to have to pay that self-employment tax. It's a 15.3% tax. So there's kind of some misconceptions out there.
Yeah, no, that's important to remember, because I'll have clients a lot of times be like, well, I cut my kid a check for $10,000. They don't have to claim the taxes because it's under the standard deduction. I'm like, not true.
Yeah.
Unless if you did it through a W-2 wage.
Yeah, you'd have to be a W-2 wage earner to kind of fall under that scenario. But it seems like a lot of these people these students that are going to be a student athlete getting paid through an NIL collective, you're probably going to be set up as an independent contractor. You'll get a 1099. If you're making more than $400, you're going to need to file a tax return. Understand what your tax liability may be, because you may want to start making some estimated tax payments throughout the year, just to make sure you don't get behind. And
right, because not only are you going to have ordinary income tax on it, federal and state, but you're also going to have self-employment tax as well.
And the other kind of caveat to all of this as well, like if you're a student athlete and you're receiving financial aid, you're probably filling out FAFSA forms, you and your parents. Understand that this is considered income to you, so it would be something that has to be picked up on your FAFSA application and could have a factor on how much you receive in financial aid as well.
Okay, really good information. It's definitely a different world than when we grew up, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you have any questions on NIL taxation, or you are interested in some tax planning surrounding that, feel free to give us a call and we'll help you out. Thank you.